Lots of little things layered on top of one another. One of the styles of watercolor. Keep at it and keep simple. Definitely some ultramarine and some cadmium. You put those together, just get the right amount in here. There we go. There. We're getting there. Ah, there. So the dominant color is the ultramarine. Then we put it right in here. I'm going to check it, see how dark it is. Yeah, that's good. Now watch this. My brush is absolutely full of paint. I start with the painting upside down, and I go right across. Add some water. Remember, water spreads watercolors. Add some water. Just go right across. Get the dark part in first. Then turn the paper this way and tilt it down. It's easier to see what you're doing when you have the painting facing you. And I've darkened the bottom part of the road. And I keep adding water to my brush, see? So that as I get farther away, the road is lighter. There we go. At this point, you can get a very dark ultramarine, phthalo, bit of this one, bit of that. Ah, there's dark. And give some swipes like that. 3 will work. Maybe 4. There we go. Because it's a country road. If you wanted a puddle, you would have left some of it there. You can even put a little quick one here for gravel on the side of the road. Like that. Before that dries, you want to get the grass in so that it more or less blends into the road. So here I'm taking some strong cadmium that has a little bit of phthalo in it, and I'm also following that shape of the road with these little grass lines. Going right over the posts. Skirting over the paper gives you the texture of grass. Taking some phthalo green, mix it into the dark road color. See? And now you can drop in a few little dark spots, and they will mix. Especially on the side of the road like that. In the shadow here, a little bit of dark green, maybe, yeah. And maybe like that. And then a little voice just said, "That's good, Ron," except for here, because that's in the shadow. So the dark green is good in a little bit of the shadow, see? Because it would make the grass darker. You know, sometimes I just get tired of blue skies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a very light orange using a little cadmium, just a bit. This is cadmium, and this is cadmium. And now I have an orange. Oh my goodness, that's really quite orange. What am I going to do with that orange? Let me put it at the bottom here. The paper's dry. My brush is totally loaded. I can always key the colors if I need to. I'm going over that little white spot we had before. I'm sort of going into the tree a little bit there. There's my smoke. And I'm dry brushing right over the tree and leaving some of the white showing as little speckled clouds. Your sky does not always have to be orange. No, your sky doesn't always have to be blue. There we go, look at that. Let's take a look at that from the other side. What do you think? I'm going to put a little bit of that orange in here. Maybe just a smidge on the house, not much. Just where the shadows. That orange, I like that orange. I'm going to put a bit here. See, wherever I see it needing warming up. So now I've decided that my picture is going to be warm, not cool. There we go. Take a look at that now. And I can lighten anything I want. This is still wet, so you want to make sure that you let it dry. Very important. The next step, we're going to take the tape off, put the final details on. Hardly can wait. By adding a small amount of the ultramarine to that, I get over like this and add some darker greens. Just adding some scattered darks, especially in the shadow here. You want some dark greens. Pop them in. Just add a few dark accents on a few of the closer posts. Here and there. But as you get farther away, keep them light. Maybe a little green in the window there, see? Little shape in the window there. Maybe a touch of green at the bottom of the chimney. Little dark spots in the porch. You can almost see someone there with a face and two arms. But the fact that I can almost see them is what I want. I don't want to get too distinct. Darkening, darkening, darkening here and there. Let's put some tire marks in the road. Two ways to do it. You can use a flat brush like this, if you have one. And tire marks, they add interest. So you put them, do a little rub here, a little rub here, a little rub, and make them closer, wider here. Let them sit for a moment, take a paper towel, and rub them. Looks like a tractor tire. Put a few more in. Sometimes in the summer, and even in the spring if it's dry, you get a washboard effect on the road. All these little ridges everywhere. If you don't have a flat brush, like this, you can use a round brush. You put it on. Because we used ultramarine, it'll come off. You just wet it in different areas, rub it a bit, let it sit in. Take your paper towel, touch it. Gives texture. You can even turn your paper this way, and you can open up a little groove in the road like that, see? That's called lifting. Very simple. Not hard to do at all. Lifting. Okay, we're going to need to put some sandy dots in here because on the side of the road, that's what you get. You get a bunch of sandy marks because the tires throw the gravel up to the side of the road. So I just mix up a dark using all my little colors here. And I can take this and just tap it in like this with my brush. Tapping in a few rocks, or what we call gravel. It's a gravel road. Now these will dry about 50% lighter. You can spatter it too if you want. Most of the rocks are in the middle of the road. Don't overdo it. It's just a few little accents like that. And as you get closer to the bottom of the road, you can actually put in some colorful little stones, like using some of the cadmium. You see? And once again, we're decorating. These are the details that you can put in. You don't have to, but I like decorating. I'm going to put some on the bottom here, see? Just adding a little color here and there. Especially near the top. There we go. And remember, everything dries later. When I do green, I like to use layers of it. I don't like to just put on one big thick bunch of green. Oh, look, I hit the little cadmium there. Maybe some bright yellow over here. And a little bit on here, see? It's not too far away. Maybe a little bit in the tree up here. Just, you know, maybe the buds are just starting to come out here. Put a couple little bit yellow dots up there where the white is. And over on the other side, maybe more of a crimson. Maybe it's a little later. Put a little bit of crimson haze, little buds. A little bit of red in the grass, a little brown from the previous year. A little bit of orange on the sky. Well, I'm going to go with a little more orange at the bottom. Go around my tree, maybe through it a little bit, see? And as I come up, I'm going to add some water. So actually the more intense color is at the bottom of the sky. Perhaps it's morning. That's maybe why the chimney's on. It's morning time and it's a little cold out. Now, we have all those little burnt sienna drops in here. I kind of think, you know what, I think I'll just kind of move those in. Ah, nice. I like it. And maybe put a little bit more orange on here. And I could just keep going, and probably will when I finish the class. Look how that's standing out now. And the reason being is I think you've got the idea that there's a lot of little simple things I'm doing here. Nothing's really too complicated. Just a lot of little simple things. Lots of little additions of little bits of here, little bits there. Warm it up here, cool it down here. Make the shadow here a little bit darker. Just like that, coming out on the road a bit. Nice. I think that gives you a really good idea of how to do this, how to take simple things and enjoy mastering the simple. Added a little bush. Added a few more rocks and darkened here with a little more of the cadmium yellow and the cadmium red. Left this little stream here. It almost looks, it looks like a cloud. It sort of offsets this too, the smoke in here. Just add a little more water to it, see? And thin it out. You can really pull the paint out by adding water. I could put a smidge of blue over here. In a morning sky, you'll always see a very clean, clear blue somewhere. So there's just a little bit of phthalo. Come up in here, put a little tiny bit on, right over the tree, and you can see that beautiful neutral color is still hanging in there. I like, it's kind of nice and cools it down a little bit. This is pretty hot. So there we go. That little bit of blue is nice. Put a little bit in here. Smoke has a little bit of a blue cast, and I think we're done. Keep at it and keep simple.